Disney is out to ruin another one because what year can pass without Disney saying, hey, let's go raid our IP vault and absolutely ruin something else that people love and then blame it on toxic fans and not the fact that we can get our heads out of our collective rear ends. No. Yep. Disney is going to do another live action adaptation, and this time they're going after Gargoyles. All my nightmares just keep coming true. Let's dive into this one. This article here from Bounding into Comics. Live action Gargoyle showrunner Gary Doberman hopes his version lives up to the mature vibe of the original series. Yes, I am filled with so much hope. I can hardly contain myself. Whoopee. Yeah, boy. Eh. This news may have flown beneath your radar or gone so far down the memory hole that you forgot, thought it was a dream, or shook your head in disbelief at what had to be a rumor. In any case, we're all well aware Disney can't leave anything alone and has to give in to the temptation to reboot something they can either destroy or milk for cash. Now, honestly, when I first heard that there were talks about doing a live action version of Gargoyles, I figured that was nonsense. I was some years ago, I figured it was, that was nonsense. I said the best thing they could do is probably just do like a, maybe a, probably like a, some kind of, you know, animated reboot of it. And then I thought to myself, oh wait, they ruin everything in animation. So I said, you know what, but I said, better just leave it alone because I don't trust these people with anything. But I honestly kind of didn't hear about it again for a while. I thought, well, maybe that has just been scrapped. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. They have finally set their sights on Gargoyles and are moving forward with a live action reboot for their primary streaming outlet, Disney Plus. Yes, let's ruin Gargoyles too. That's what everybody wants. This tentative project has been in the pipeline for a while and was finally put into motion in late 2023 with James Wan and Atomic Monster in charge. Since then, its progress has been silent, but we have an update in the form of a tease. Writer, showrunner, and one acolyte Gary Doberman talked about the new series based on the edgy 90s cartoon with Variety. His hopes are high in what might be a good sign. Doberman wants to stay true to the spirit of the original show, which captured his imagination back in the day. See, they always go into this and always come out and say, they want to stay true to that, the other. But you got to remember something, people. This is Disney. And as I constantly say, Disney is determined to die on that woke hill. So every time people come in and talk about how, they want to do this and they want to stay true to it and they want to get that done, maybe they go in there with the best of intentions. But once Disney decides, listen, it's time for we to do what we have to do, we have to inject this in there because we are listening to a bunch of idiots who want our company to go under. This is the nonsense you keep getting. And the biggest problem when it comes on that, even if the show does still going to be good, nobody is going to be watching it because, like I said, Disney has damaged their brand so badly now that nobody trusts them anymore. Literally, nobody trusts Disney anymore. Used to be the family brand, used to be the show, used to get good stuff and everything. Nobody trusts Disney anymore. That is literally a fact at this point. So this is what he had to say. Oh yes, another beloved piece of IP. This new iteration of Gargoyles, the show was already pretty dark in that it was serialized. It was a mature thing. It's operatic and the story was so epic. I'm hoping it's very similar to the vibe that you got when you were watching it back in the late 90s. I just love that half hour of television falling into their world. I'm hoping we achieve that. It's a lot of fun though, it's a thrill. Gargoyles was dark and thrilling, like much of the animated series, serialized landscape of the 90s. Batman, the animated series, Superman, the animated series, X-Men, and Spider-Man didn't talk down to kids and weren't afraid to get real, topical, or dabble in genre tropes from horror to noir. And that's what made these shows good at the time. That's what made them good. They actually got real. They weren't afraid to go there. Now you have a bunch of shows catered for a couple snowflakes who have a problem with every freaking thing. And as they mentioned X-Men here, and why I'm also worried. They did X-Men 97, and like I said in my review, that was, I mean, there were parts of it that were good, but overall, no. I mean, what they did with Rogue and Magneto was just creepy and wrong. What they did with Rogue as a character on Neo was just absolutely stupid and wrong. Gargoyles was not different with its elements of science fiction, fantasy, Shakespeare, and street level crime. Yeah, that's what made Gargoyles so interesting. It was there. It had all these different elements. It had science fiction, fantasy, Shakespearean drama, street level crime. All these things. Hell, you had aliens, you had magic, you had all this stuff in there. Characters were shot with lasers and bullets. Yeah, like when Elisa got shot. When Elisa Master got shot, that was one of the realest episodes you got. That's how freaking sick it was. People died, there was blood and severed robot heads, and the show didn't flinch that often. It wasn't the maturity level of HBO's Spawn, but there is an edge to live up to, short of going further than it's tasteful with the Goliath Elisa drama dynamic. Yeah, well, I mean, okay, you whole thing about it is, I didn't have a problem with it. I honestly thought that Goliath and Elisa made a cute couple. Yeah, maybe we mightn't think so, but I don't think they made a cute couple. Honestly, their whole relationship and everything built up over time, and that's what you got to see. How they started off, how they became. I mean, there were two closer people than them, and they had things that they had to literally deal with, but it also grew them as characters and made everything that they did interesting and fun. That's what I liked about it. Doberman's work on the Conjuring universe and Swamp Thing specifically show he can find a balance, albeit with mixed results. That said, he also directed the Salem's Lot remake, which might look slick but pales in comparison to the vaunted 1979 miniseries. His involvement isn't without caveats. Disney might also interfere with notes that water the tone down or more likely bend the knee again to the message. Of course they will. Of course they will, because Disney must do everything possible to appeal to the message. And that's not even the biggest problem that could sabotage their efforts here. I know you're wondering how that could be, but hear me out, okay? Even if the right people are in place and they have the proper attitude, subscribers and potential viewers already feel they've been tricked one too many times by the House of Mouse. I said that at the beginning. I said that at the beginning. People have people have grown so apathetic towards Disney. They don't trust them anymore. No matter the show or the brand, Marvel, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, whichever, how much money they throw at it, the ratings aren't going up. Yeah, they ruined Marvel. Hell, they ruined Star Wars, literally, because Revenge of the Sith came out in no, it was what is it called? I can't remember the name. I don't remember the name of the Star Wars movie, but it was the one where Anakin became Darth Vader. That the thing. They re-released it in cinema, and it was a massive hit. People went to see it. People like Star Wars. People just don't like Disney Star Wars. That's the thing about them. People don't like Disney Lucasfilm. Same way people don't like Disney Marvel. That's what you done. You ruin it. And this is what pisses people off. So like I say, it doesn't matter how much money they throw at it, the ratings aren't going up. Just look at X-Men 97. Nobody watched that on Disney Plus. Nobody, because people don't trust or like Disney anymore. Viewership is on the decline due to apathy and burnout, and the trend will probably continue with a live action Gargoyles no matter how good it is. Yeah, look, I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. Perfectly honest with you. I do not want a live action Gargoyles. I think it's a horrible idea. It shouldn't be done. It should be scrapped. Any ideas in the mind and do it, get rid of it, done with it. Don't do it. Leave Gargoyles as is. I would say do an animated film, but I cannot trust the people who would do it. I'm sorry, I just can't trust them. I cannot trust those people to do anything in regards to that. So I don't want them to touch any of these things. I'm telling you, the next thing they're going to look to go after, see, they're on to X-Men 97, they're going to go after Spider-Man, the animated series, just now. Because why not? Let them just keep ruining everything. Disney is determined to raid the IP vault and just cash and milking on everything possible while they're spitting in the face of the fans. That's what Disney does. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like, really hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell, be notified every time I put a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.